Hey guys, Ron Stanley right here. All right, let's hit it. Let's see what all we have to do now. I was kind of hoping to get that Shiva thing, but I guess that's not the case. Hey, but you know what really gets me? It's that Annabella called what's her face, Benedicta Commodore, which be fair, she was. But what does it make you? You betrayed your own husband for an emperor. So yeah, she wore herself up to the upper class, I guess.
Is it true what I'm hearing, Sid? You cracked another crystal?
Honestly, I was very, very, very disappointed with Drake's breath, Crystal. I mean, it was that whole fight was not cinematic at all. I was extremely disappointed.
Ivan's newest dish is a masterpiece. Once you get over the urge to gag, that is.
All right, Sid. You made it back in one piece.
The fires of freedom sweep the land, set holy ground to flame, and frozen hearts to soften start, released from frost's cruel clay.
Farewell, Drake's breath.
How good it is to see you, Clive. And so, it is done.
A feat 5 years, 5 long years in the making. With the Mother Crystal's final cry, a legacy is passed from one outlaw to the
Yet
next.
the tale is far from over.
And though we cannot know if it will end in triumph or tragedy, I only pray that I am there to bear witness.
I have a few new notes that might interest you. I have quite the find for you today.
The Holy Order of Shields of the Blackened Pinion, the official name of the Order of Knights established in the Imperial Province of Rosea, Rosea persecute and purge bearers and those who shield them, commonly known as the Black Shields, after the color of their armor, a hue seemingly chosen to differentiate this new elite unit from the silver-clad dragoons. Unlike the heroic dragoons, however, they are feared and loathed throughout the Imperial Province. I can see why. Craig was still the Craig Loix, the capital city of Haran or the Iron Kingdom, located on the boiling sea island of Ironholm, several hundred leagues off the western coast of Rosaria. Its name means charred rock in the Harani tongue. Drake's Eye, a mother crystal which stood in the frozen wastes of northern storm, land is now lost to blight. Soon after the mother first fell, the tribes of the north, in a bid of desperation, marched south to Rosaria. She was dominant at their fore. A terrible battle ensued in which fire was pitted against ice, but eventually Phoenix and the Ducal army succeeded in driving the invaders. Succeeded in driving back the invaders for a time.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
However, this Iron King, also known as in the local come as Haran, the Iron Kingdom is an artificial nation situated off the west of Storm, with its capital at Lee Creek Los, the Mother Crystal, Drake's breath rising from a volcanic island situated just within or without its without its borders, depending on whom you ask, and has been the subject of a long-standing conflict between the Ironblood and the neighboring Duchy of Rosaria. The Iron Kingdom's inhabitants shun any contact with outsiders, which has given rise to a unique and largely inward-looking culture. The archaeological dimension of course, the crystal rakes Drake's breath rises from a volcanic island situated just within its borders and is worshipped as a god, just as the state religion the Christian Orthodox dictates. This same religion decrees that the use of magic to be an anathema, and the bearers and dominants who use it to be sinful aberrations, leading to greater discrimination than that suffered by their brethren on the mainland. Given their state desire to control all the mothers, the Ironblood's attitude to other nature is one of indelible antagonism. Despite being nominally a monarchy, the patriarch, the most powerful priest of the Christian Orthodoxy, is in truth the most powerful person in the kingdom. He rules from the Isle of Benin Leodo, more commonly known in Storm as Mount Justice, on which sits the Mother Crystal. Drake's breath, focal point of the faith. Here, countless bearers kidnapped from their homes in Storm and Ash are made to suffer in the name of religion, which deems them less than human. Sick. In the year 878, its Mother Crystal Drake's breath was destroyed in an attack launched by Sid the Outlaw. The loss of the crystal and of the patriarch, chief of the priests who served it, plunged the kingdom into chaos, leaving this monarchy wanting for a leader beyond its political impotent royalty. A Mother Crystal once commanded the waters between Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom. After centuries of bitter conflict, the Ironblood took control of the crystal and the island upon which it stood. That is until the year 878, when the sacred spine was brought crashing down by none other than City Outlaw. Marley. Born in the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, Marley was kidnapped by the Ironblood during their invasion 18 years before and taken back to the Isle of Justinas, where she was forced to serve as a handmaiden for the priests of the Crystalline Orthodox, where she met the young Jill Warwick and took her under her wing, caring for the terrified child as if she were the mother Jill never knew. High Priest Emerian, patriarch of the Crystalline Orthodoxy, who conducts his sinister ceremonies in a Comriok, the holy sanctuary built around the heart of Drake's breath. A zealous believer in the Orthodox teachings that bears and dominants are unclean creatures born of sin. A zealous believer in the Orthodox teachings that bearers and dominants are unclean creatures born of sin, he conducted the sacrificial slaughter of bearers, claiming that he was merely cleansing them of their corruption. Slain by Jill Warwick on her return to the Iron Kingdom in answer not only for the crimes he committed, but those he forced her to commit in the name of his crusade. Surprise, Jill Warwick doesn't have one. August, a veteran curse breaker who often leads his own team on bearer liberating forays. He also shares his wisdom and experience with Cole and assembling new units and training new recruits. One of Blackthorn's few close friends who shares the Smith's fondness for a tankard or two. Indeed, when August isn't on a mission, he can most often be found supping an ale, swapping a story in the Hideaway's Tavern. Yevon, a freed Imperial bearer, after the wounds he suffered in his escape were healed, he began a new life in the Hideaway working in the kitchens. Though through this, he encountered a cookbook called Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, which inspired in him a passion for making mincemeat of monsters. Literally. Yeah, I guess we'll have more of his quests soon. Skank. Former dishes of Rosaria before she betrayed her native and gifted it to the Empire. For a short while after the fall of the duchy, she was taken into the protection of the Imperial Crown. A practice that ended with her bargain remarriage to Emperor Sylvester, the birth of Prince Olivier, and her return to rule of Rosaria as vicereine. Olivier Lesage, second son of Emperor Sylvester of the Holy Empire of Sambric, and third of Empress Annabella, making him half-brother to both Prince Dion and Clive. His mother has involved him in the affairs of the imperial court since he was a small child. Oh. talking about. Randella, the capital of the Dominican Republic, is a thriving hub of commerce where merchants and traders gather from across Valisthea and streets bustle with life even late into the night. And the night when the twinkle of countless lanterns illuminates the landscape, the nation's affairs are managed from the Ministry of Law in the heart of the city, wherein sits the Parliament of Ministers. The fall of Drake's Breath. Mother Crystal Drake's Breath, held by the Iron Kingdom since before the fall of the Duchy of Rosaria, was shored in the year 878 when his heart was shattered, ensuring destruction took with it not just Mount Drustus, but the entire Isle of Benin Leoda. Amaran, patriarch of the faith known as Christian Orthodox, was also killed in the attack. Mount Drustinus, a solitary volcanic isle rising from a brutal and unforgiving sea, known in the Iron Blood tongue as Benin Leoda. It was once a province of Rosaria, but eventually fell to the Crusaders, who consider it both a gateway to a continent of storm and, more importantly, the wellspring of their faith, the mother crystal known as Drake's Breath. The Crystal Road, a protected trade route designed to allow easy access to the crystalline dominion for travelers and merchants, an agreement between nations safeguards the land around it, known as the Crystal Belt, for military encroachment, and as such, it features neither fortresses nor checkpoints. However, in recent years, it has been overrun with refugees fleeing from the blight, an issue that has yet to be satisfactorily resolved. The Boiling Sea, the sea that lies between Rosaria's western coast and the distant isles of the Iron Kingdom. For centuries, have the navies and Dutch of the Crusade traded blows on these unnaturally tepid waters, which lap at the foot of Mount Justinus, home to the Mother Crystal of Drake's Breath. Yeah. Liquid flame, an ever-shifting mass of living flame that rose from the fiery pools of Drake's Breath and what appeared to be response to an unwanted trespass into the Mother Crystal's inner sanctum. Possessed with both swiftness and temper of an untamed wildfire, the creature rained fury down upon the intruders, wounding molten lifeblood, sacred mountains like it were fistfuls of mud. That's a disappointing fight. Griffins, fantastical abominations of nature upon which a crown and wings of an eagle have been fused to the legs and loins of a ferocious land cat. They hunt their prey on high, circling a victim unseen before descending at terrible speeds, claws first to tear its throat. Should the prey prove more formidable, griffins have been known to call upon the very winds to both slice and suffocate the quarry. Fortunately, these predators rarely descend from their mountain lairs, and sightings are few and far between. That's good. Flan, massive and amorphous beings capable of bending and distorting their gelatinous forms into almost any shape imaginable, making them not only notoriously difficult to find, but almost entirely impossible to kill, as most cuts merely melt back into the creature's existing flesh within a matter of moments. These creatures can be found in all corners of Valisthea, though their heightened sensitivity to the subtleties of their environment means that their outward hue can vary wildly from region to region, hence the variety of names Bavorealis, Gelato, and Full by which they are known. Yeah, nasty.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Farewell, Drake's Breath.
Well, that one was short.
And what can I do for you?
Want a pat on the back, do you? Well, I suppose you deserve one. Just don't let it go to your head.
I hear?
You'd have been lost without Jill, to say nothing of yours truly. If it wasn't for me keeping you fed and kitted out, neither of you have stood a chance. But fair is fair. You took the chance I gave you and brought the whole bloody mountain down. Meant the Iron Blood couldn't believe their eyes.
The poor buggers.
Just have to find someone else to worship. Of course, there's plenty of other folks in these fair islands who still reckon those rocks are worth more than their weight in diamonds. So you keep doing what you're doing and show them how wrong they are. It's coin they want to put their faith in, and as long as you keep coughing it up, my faith will stay with you.
Coin purse weighing you down.
Ooh, platinum sword. They don't see that for a second.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
What can I get you, Sid? Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
If you need out, just ask Nan. She's got a load of new stock in.
What do you need? Must have been hot.
Finding the belly of that crag might be work for you as a smith when you hang up the old sword. But I'm betting that won't be for a while.
I know how hard it can be.
Trying to fill another man's boots, but I reckon you've grown into Sid's nicely. He'd be proud.
So, what'll it be? Not my best work, but it'll do. You can thank me later. Not my best work, but it'll do. You can thank me later. Not my best work, but it'll do.
I figured some shit was going on. I figured some shit. I always felt uncomfortable watching that show.
Sid, I know that when we came to the hideaway, we chose to let go of our past in order that we might focus on our future.
We did?
Nonetheless, I was wondering if... Well, I know you are from Rosaria, and I'm in need of someone with intimate knowledge of those lands. Apparently, the duchy is home to all manner of curative herbs found nowhere else in the realm. Among them is a flower called a morganbeard that increases the potency of lesser medicines.
I can't say that I've had much practice healing. My youth was spent in the Bailey.
A shame. You see, the hideaway relies heavily upon medicines procured from afar. And when those shipments are late, well, it's our sick who suffer. If we could find this flower and learn to grow it here, we might save many lives. However, as you are well aware, Imperial occupation has rendered the roads unsafe for those like me, untrained in the military arts. Now, I'm not asking the busiest man in the hideaway to drop everything and make the journey for me, but if you happen to be in the duchy on other business...
Tell me of these morganbeards, then.
But of course, if my old tomes are to be believed, the flowers are bright yellow and as large as goblins' eyes. Oh, and they grow in the marshes of Sorrowise. If I am to propagate them here in the backyard, I will require several samples, preferably of blooms which have already gone to seed. And before I forget, I do seem to recall learning in the course of my research that their odor has the tendency to attract unsavory creatures. Nothing you cannot handle, though, I'm sure. Morganbeards supposedly favor the dampest of climes. I would recommend you focus your search on areas of marshland.
Let us know if you find any rotten wine.
Oh, bother. Whatever am I to do now, Clive?
About what?
I've 2 dresses that need stitching, but I haven't got a scrap of linen. Those girls' rags are so threadbare. It's a wonder they don't fall to pieces. And we most certainly cannot have that. A certain amount of decorum must be maintained, even here at the hideaway. You wouldn't want the poor things going without decent clothes now, would you?
Of course not. What can I do to help?
Oh, aren't you a dear? You see, I've paid for 2 bolts of cloth from the drapers in Northreach, blue and red. But they don't deliver, not to places that aren't on the map anyway, so I'll need someone to take this receipt and collect them.
And you'd have this someone be me?
I would. And don't let them fob you off with anything less than what I paid for. 1 bolt of blue and 1 of red. I expect them both. They'd give us new clothes. Seems the draper was more than eager to take my coin from Karen when last she visited Northreach. But so far, all they've delivered are empty promises.
Delamore mentioned the
Ah, my favorite pupil. What is it that you wish to learn? Study it well, Clive. Very good.
You'll be pleased to know we ain't heard a peep out of the Iron Blood since you cracked their crystal. Hopefully revenge is the...
You know that with every step forward you take a couple crystal crack, every friend made, every enemy fell. Curse breakers are expanding operations too. Which means more bearers being freed and more slavers being punished. It also means more bells on the board, Kupo.
You'll be pleased to know we ain't heard a peep out of the Iron Blood since you cracked their crystal. Hopefully revenge is the last thing on their minds right now.
I've done what I can, but the rest is up to you. You need to start taking better care of yourself.
Understood. And thank you.
The curse has spread. Make sure she rests.
If it hurts, you can tell me, you know. I'll understand.
I can bear it.
But you shouldn't have to. Not anymore.
This isn't just your struggle, Clive. It's ours. And when we see how hard you fight, it inspires us to do the same. Or would you rather we left you to save the world all on your own?
No. That's not... Ignore me.
Clive, where are you?
In here.
What's wrong?
Rosaria's under attack.
What?
This isn't the Dalmekian army we're talking about. It's the men of the Rock from Drake's Fang. Hugo Kupka's private guard. There is in hell in Rosalith, trying to batter down the castle gates.
Looking for me.
Seems that way. Reckon old Hugo has finally worked out who Sid really is.
Then this is just another trap.
It's a trap, all right. The daddy of all fucking traps.
I'm going to Rosalith.
You're not serious. That's exactly what he wants you to do, Clive.
Look, I don't know why Kupka harbors such a grudge against Sid. But as long as it's left to fester, our world will never know peace. He has dragged the rest of Storm into this pointless war just to find me. Besides which, I'm not about to stand and watch while my home gets ground into the dirt. Hugo Kupka must die.
I've lost enough friends to that man already. I don't want to lose any more. So let's go and kill the bastard.
I'm coming too. After all, we're in this together.
All right. I should probably speak to Otto before leaving. We need to know what we're getting ourselves into.
Back to Rosalith then. Whatever has become of her.
First he wrecked our home, now he's wrecking yours. But he's not going to get away with it this time.
Kind of thought Gab was going to join the party, but I guess not.
Stay sharp.
What are you after? That all, is it?
Thank you for sticking with us.
Can't exactly leave old Martha in the
Those of us who are
Perhaps I'd live longer if I bade this town farewell.
It'll take ages to tidy all this stuff.
All right, Sid.
The marshes near the Abbey are certainly damp. Let's see if they're damp enough for Morgan beards.
Get him! Over here! Attack! Bogle! Kill!
Size of a goblin's eye. Not this goblin. Certainly wasn't wrong about them being attracted to the flowers, though.
Too slow.
This one.
Bright yellow. These are our Morgan beards, all right. Well, I've gone to this much trouble. Might as well gather as many as I can. There's something familiar about this scent. It reminds me of home. Hopefully this will be enough. I've had my fill of goblins.
naught but wild beasts, this end. All their twisted talons and gruesome maws used to turn my stomach. But that was before I heard about the Black Shields.
Fly, Ambrosia.
All right. Stay down.
We're not alone.
Make it look easy.
Good girl.
Yeah!
Straight home now. Can't let that thing roam free so close to the end. Time to take the bull by the horns. Get him!
Awaken wind!
Well, locals will sleep easier without him at their gate.
guys, I have this one here. Bronze 3 out. Thanks for watching.